and welcome to FundHub Radio. I'm your host, Lindsey.
Hi, and I'm Wendy, founder and president of Get Movin Fundraising.
We're super excited to kick off FundHub Radio and our podcast series with the first school that we ever worked with once Get Movin went online.
Yes, today with us, we have Harbordale HSA Maria.
Maria Chinda is here from Harbordale, and Harbordale is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we're going to get started by having Maria tell us a little bit about Harbordale and what makes them unique.
Hi, everybody. Harbordale is a small school from kindergarten to fifth grade. About 500 students in a very nice community full of loving parents, very dedicated parents and families here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, sometimes sunny. And and it used to be Fort Lauderdale's best kept secret. I don't know if it's that anymore because we have so many people showing up and coming in, which is a good thing. It's become very international, which also is a good thing, especially for the walkathon. And my kids have both gone there, and this year is my child's last year there.
That's awesome.
I would like to say what's special about Harbordale real quick. With Get Movin, Harbordale was our very first online-only school, and that was back in 2013. And we are so pleased to start this podcast with Harbordale being our first school. And back then, the walkathon. The gal that I had been working with at the time, Lauren Lent, she had been doing the walkathon 100% with cash and checks. And then she pursued us and wanted to be our first school because she knew we had this up and coming platform. So we agreed, and the very first walkathon with the online system raised them $4,025. Which was more than they were raising without the cash and checks. But today, Harbordale Walkathon raises $44,100 with their last event. That's super exciting.
Yep. That's amazing that Harbordale was the first one. That's great that our school was a trailblazer. And, it has to have been a good partnership with you all. If it's been going strong, we're going with Get Movin again this year. And my suggestion for next year is just keep going.
10 years. It's been a great ride.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and every year raising more and more and more. So going from 4,000 to 44,000, that's pretty good progress.
That's insane. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Maria, why don't you tell us a little bit about your part that you have with Harbordale and what exactly you do to help the fundraiser and stuff like that?
I wear many hats in the HSA. I, dived in head first when my kid was in kindergarten. And first jobs I had were as co-chair of the walkathon. So I was co-chair, I think, 3 years in a row before I took over. And one year I worked with Judy Dolan for 2 years, actually. And besides that, I am the merchandise coordinator, selling school memorabilia, the uniforms, the polos we wear, things with the school logo. And I am also the yearbook coordinator / editor. So it's,
you wear many hats.
Yeah, I love it, though. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your fundraising event that you guys do with Get Movin and a little bit more about I think you said you guys do a walkathon. Is that right?
Correct. We do a walkathon and we try to center it and about, being health conscious, being active. We have a lot of events that go with it prior to the walkathon. It is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, as you can tell. And what we do is offer a lot of incentives for the kids. We have a morning show that we, advertise on. I go, I think, every week and just pump them up. And we have prizes and we have, lottery prizes for the kids. They go into the draw as soon as their names show up in the donation listing on FundHub. And, we try to make it as fun as possible. The kids foment fun, competitive, attitude towards a thing, to the, event. And, I don't know if I'm touching up on everything, but, this year we're going to do it the Friday before spring break.
Okay.
And we do a big deal. We just do a big deal. So it's going to be really fun. The day is shot as far as school is concerned. And so spring break is going to start out with a bang.
Yeah.
And, we do a lot. We sell T-shirts with sponsors. So we try to get as many members of our community involved to help advertise their businesses, but also to sponsor things that we would not, not to spend money on, for expenses and such for the HSA. And the kids love it.
That's awesome. For some of our listeners that aren't quite sure what an HSA is, what is exactly an HSA? I think it's like a parent group. Is that correct?
Some places call it a PTA. I'm not sure what other people call it, but the HSA, one could say that it's the Harbordale School Association, but it maybe it is. But I also know it as Home and School Association.
Okay.
So it works out. We're a dedicated group of parents and family members because there's many grandparents that have helped out who take charge and coordinate events that will bring back funds that will help our school for expenses that may or may not otherwise be in the budget for, educative, for schools.
Right.
And so we're very involved in everything, which is very nice because, we get to form friendships, community with each other. We show the kids how volunteering helps, give back to society.
Absolutely.
I think, yes, the kids love to see us, see their parents on campus. So that is what we do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Bringing all those extra things to the school so the children can have a better school experience.
Exactly.
So I have written down here that it's kind of amazing that you guys had a goal of $30,000, but you exceeded that goal by about $11,000 by raising $44,000. So exceeded it by $14,000. Did you think that maybe any of the incentives that you guys utilized were able to drive those kids, or do you have any fun incentive ideas that, maybe you'd like to share with some of our listeners?
Well, as I mentioned before, first of all, that's amazing. I couldn't even believe that we raised that much. As I mentioned before, definitely the advertising on the morning show helps them. The lottery for prizes that we, give out. The classes have a bit of a competition as the kids donate, and we have the shirts. Whatever class gets the number, fills up their class with donations, they start getting their shirts first.
Okay.
So yes,
a little bit of competitive.
Exactly. The teachers, the classes get recognition. The teachers get recognition. They get. We get 3 tiers of first, second, and third kids whose family or who has brought in the most funds. They get several, we had a putt golf last year. We had an action indoor park prize. They are part of events afterwards. We have our superstars, which also we like to honor, and they all get an ice cream party. We've had a yoga party afterwards. Exactly. And we have a banner that states, we have the measurement tool.
Yes, like a meter, donation meter.
The meter that shows what we're gaining. And we, write the names down, and it's in the car loop so the kids see who's, on top. And, we also mention the countries that donations come in as they come in. So, all of these things make the kids just happy to, contribute. And, again, I mentioned it's not a bad thing. They get so competitive that they're constantly on their parents. And I've had, parents just like, oh my gosh. So, it's fun. Those are the incentives that we use. Some of them, I'm pretty sure I'm missing some.
Yeah, no, those are great. I think it's really important. Of course, healthy competition is great. So I think that I was just curious how, I think some of our listeners and viewers would be excited to hear, like, how do they raise that much money? What helps drives those kids to reach out to their parents? So I think that was awesome. Since you guys were able to raise so much money, just how about give us a couple of highlighted items that you guys use what you guys use your funds for? Just, even a couple is okay.
So we use our funds for the Accelerated Reader Program, technology programs, for teacher appreciation lunches, brunches and events, bus rides for field trips, technology purchases like iPads, laptops, etc. That stuff. And, everything that can help the kids get a better education or experience at school.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then what would you say is your favorite part about Get Movin and our platform FundHub that helps you make this fundraiser a little bit easier on you and the other volunteers?
Well, as you mentioned, 10 years ago, it was through cash. And yes, we do accept some cash and some checks, but I will say definitely the mobility that is present, it's allowed right now. You can't just, like like what everybody's experienced right now. You can't just say, I don't have it right now. It's like, no, pull out your phone, your laptop, whatever tablet you have in hand, and you can donate. You can do it on your, at work, you can do it wherever. And besides that, it has more reach. As I mentioned before, we had countries from all over the world, and in cities all over the United States that were able to donate. Yeah. And that the reach that it allows for us to get donations from everybody is paramount, I think, for this platform. Just the ability and the ease of use. It's not difficult. And I also have to say, I have to give a shout out to Andrea Wheeler, who was my rep. And she held my hand. She, talked me off a few cliffs, things like that.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, exactly. So if you have that ease of use, that amazing user interface, the mobility aspect of it, and a rep that will help you. And I have to mention also that your platform offers incentives. We don't use it because we have ours, but I saw on the page that you have, links to prizes and toys and things like that. And I'm very lucky. We are very lucky that we have a group of parents that are just good at everything. They really are. And so they're good at video, they're good at uploading things, they're good at everything. So we haven't had to use that, but you also offer ads for Facebook, ads for, the web page. Each kid has a web page within your software or platform that they can send out. So all those things, help, because it does help to see the kid's face and how much they've raised. And, I think even families get competitive too.
I think so. I think you're right. And you're right. I think the reach is awesome, and just being able to share that student webpage. So, I mean, of course, with cash and check, grandma from Arizona could send her cash in the snail mail and get it there in time for the fundraiser, hopefully. But like you said, it limits the amount of excuses that you hear from people, and it's just, in today's technology, being able to just whip out your phone, take care of it right away, especially with the new payment options that we're offering this coming school year with PayPal and Apple Pay.
Exactly. Oh, wow.
Cool. Easier than ever. Yep. We just launched that actually this week. So awesome.
Venmo, all kinds of them.
Well, I do have to mention that you just mentioned right now, we do accept cash and check, not as much. However, you have a tracker that I can input the amount, hand it over to whoever, and it helps me keep track of what's coming in where, whichever way it is, whether it's through online or through cash and check. So that is a good aspect or a good solution or offering that your platform has.
Thank you.
It merges it all so that at the end of the day, you know exactly how much you raise and all funds are allocated for. That's very important, especially as a volunteer. You want to make sure that everything is accounted for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is how we keep track of the kids, the classes, who's ahead, who's not ahead, where the countries are from. We keep track of everything. And it's very easy. So
through the report system, you can access all that information. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think we're getting close to wrapping up here, Maria. So just before we let you go, I just wanted to ask you one more thing. And given like all the years that you have worked with us personally, as well as all the years that Harbordale has worked with us, if you had to give some advice to somebody that was maybe looking to either start an a-thon style fundraiser or use Get Movin, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, definitely have a strong backup, have a strong group behind you that helps you. If you don't know what you're doing, talk to your rep, study the software, play around with it, just start hitting the buttons, but use the links that you guys offer. Use the links for the incentives, for the prizes. I can't even list them all. And, just have fun.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so awesome
thank you.
Getting to speak with you. And we love being able to, actually talk with, our clients and hear, what they're liking and all that kind of stuff. So we really appreciate you here today. And I know also that your whole community at Harbordale also appreciates you. So you're super special. And we are just so happy that you were able to join us. And
on behalf of my school, our principal, our HSA, we're very humbled that I'm very humbled that I got to do this, but we're very humbled that you guys have done this as your first podcast. It's been a long relationship and, continue to look forward to spending more time together.
I love it.
It was so fitting to have you be first.
Yes, of course.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us here on FundHub Radio today. Thank you for listening. We look forward to seeing you for our next episode for some more fundraising tips, tricks, and laughs. So thank you so much, and everybody have a great day. Bye.